my God. 4 years, $240 million. Kyle Tucker has just signed with the Los Angeles Dodgers. That contract is insane. And I'll be honest, I thought the Mets contract was insane. I thought 4 for $200, which is what the rumored offered by the Mets was. I thought that was crazy. I didn't think a team was going to go over $50 million a year AAV for a player like Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker is awesome. Kyle Tucker is really good. I am viciously disappointed that the Mets didn't get him. I thought for sure they had a chance, and I think they did have a chance, but also it was always the Dodgers. We've talked about this all offseason. He makes the most sense on that team. They are going to spend unlimited money. Steve Cohen seems like there might be a point where the value is too much for him, and I guess $60 million a year for Kyle Tucker and the New York Mets. I guess that's kind of fair to say that's too much, and I can't even really be mad at the Mets for not getting Kyle Tucker at that price point, because again, if they actually did offer this 4 for $200, that's about as good of an offer as I can imagine a team to actually go out and spend. But the Dodgers, who make unlimited money, spend unlimited money, just got one of the 20 best players in baseball at the absolute worst. I think he's a top 15 guy. I think he has the potential to be top 10 when he's fully right and healthy. But at the absolute worst, the Los Angeles Dodgers just signed Kyle Tucker to a 4-year, $240 million deal, $60 million AAV, with an opt-out after the second year and after the third year. So that basically covers him through the lockout if that happens next year. But I think we're still going to play baseball, even though this contract's probably not good for that. But also at the same time, if he wants to opt out after year 3, if year 2 is a lockout year, then he has that option as well. Wow. I don't think I'm really going to do many edits in this one because this is legitimately insane. We just saw Juan Soto sign a crazy deal, and that was crazy for different reasons. It's 15 years at $50+ million a year. Kyle Tucker is the highest paid player in baseball in terms of AAV. $60 million. I know Ohtani's making more, but it's all deferred. We haven't gotten any word of deferrals yet. Surely this is going to be deferred. I can't imagine that the Dodgers, who do deferments for every single contract that they ever get, I got to imagine that Tucker is going to be deferred, and that will take the AAV down a little bit. But wow, like initially, let's just go through the events, the chain of events that's going on in my head. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not yet done so. I really appreciate you guys. We're recording this. It's my birthday. I just turned 30, so shout out me. I really thought I was going to get a birthday present of Kyle Tucker signing with the Mets, and no, he signs with the Dodgers. Like, we got all the tweets during the beginning of the week. We covered it on Mets Up. We covered it on The Windup. Again, if you aren't subscribed to those channels, link will be in the description as well. Mets Up, my Mets podcast. The Windup, more of a baseball news channel, more baseball talk over there if you are not getting enough here on GiraffeNeckMarc. But thought that maybe the Mets had a chance. They were coming in with a $50 million AAV, and then we got an idea that the Blue Jays were coming in strong, and that the Blue Jays were going long-term, less AAV, but long-term, more total money. And then all of a sudden, kind of seemed like today, on my birthday, it was working out too well. It was working out too well for me. I thought that he was going to maybe be a Met. All the kind of rumors and news led you to believe that the Mets had at least a pretty good fighting shot. And you saw Steve Cohen tweet, which was crazy, and I wish he kind of didn't, but also, Steve Cohen, you're not the Wilpons. I'll never be mad at you, even though I can be disappointed. I won't be mad. This is not one of those moments. It's just, what a tease. What a tease. What a tease on my birthday. Turned 30. I thought we were getting Kyle Tucker. Also, cringe, 30-year-old man gets upset about not signing a player to his favorite baseball team, but that's who I am. That's the GiraffeNeckMarc experience. I care way too much about the Mets. Oh, so close. So close, but it was always the Dodgers, right? I mean, it was always the Dodgers. It made too much sense. He's the perfect player for what that team needs, which sounds insane because they've gone back-to-back and they're the best team in baseball. But if there was a hole on that team that needed to be filled pretty quickly, it's going to be the outfield spot, and you can just slot Kyle Tucker in there. Their lineups can be insane, but yeah. Jeff Passan tweeted out, we got the details from Robert Murray and Jesse Rogers, and everybody did a pretty incredible job, honestly, reporting the Kyle Tucker stuff. Nobody seemed to jump the gun, which is big. We've seen some of the bigger free agents recently. Like, we thought Juan Soto was a Yankee at one point last year. It seemed like the Mets were out, and then he signed with the Mets. We thought Aaron Judge, shout out Arson, we thought he was a Giant. We thought Shohei Ohtani was flying to Toronto for the Blue Jays. Like, this was one of the more cleaner free agencies, I feel like, in terms of the big-name players. Tucker is not like the guys I just mentioned, but he is still, again, I think a top 20 player at the absolute worst. I think we're doing this weird thing right now with the offseason in baseball where Kyle Tucker is not, again, those guys have been getting that money, but Kyle Tucker's still very good. Like, all the numbers are incredible. Under the hood, he might not have the most jump off the page stuff, but puts the ball in play a ton, hits for power, can steal a base, good athlete, all around really good player, gets on base a ton, and he's just really dealt with injuries. That's been the biggest problem for him. But yeah, 4 for 240. I don't know how the Mets were going to beat that. And if they did, like, 4 for 244, like, was that where you were going to go? You're going to go 61 million? That would be insane. Any roster outside of the Dodgers, because again, they print money because of the Japanese connection and the fact that they win so many games and that fan base is insane. But if the Mets were to have signed him to that contract, again, I'm not even mad at the Mets. I'm disappointed, but I'm not mad. I think there's a lot of people mad at David Stearns, mad at Steve Cohen for not getting this done. I think you kind of just have to say, hey, man, Dodgers gave him an unbelievable amount of money, and I think probably a lot of you want me to say it's an overpay, and sure, it's an overpay, but I don't care. Like, to me, giving Kyle Tucker $60 million, maybe this sounds crazy, giving Kyle Tucker $60 million a year, to me, is a better contract than giving Juan DeFranco money was bad. You saw there was a cut. I had to stop myself there for a second. That was crazy. What I meant to say is, like, I think Ranger Suarez's contract's necessarily worse. I think there's been worse contracts given out this offseason. It's short term. It's a lot of money. The Dodgers don't care about money, so it doesn't matter to them. They're going to go and try and build the best team again, and they're going to, as long as they stay healthy. They should be the team that wins the World Series at the end of the year. This is an unbelievable grab. I think this is truthfully a worse look on the Blue Jays than the Mets. Is that crazy bias? I don't know. You can let me know in the comment section below. You can yell at me if that's me being a Mets homer, but I do think this is a worse look for the Blue Jays than the Mets, because this is another top free agent that seemed to have used the Blue Jays to try and get another team in, because originally when Kyle Tucker news broke, the $50 million AAV, you thought that was a signal like, hey, this is what the Mets are offering, because clearly Kyle Tucker's camp leaked that information. The Mets have had no leaks. That's clearly coming from Tucker and his people. They're like, hey, $50 million a year. Who can beat this? And then we got the Blue Jays coming in. Hey, it's not going to be $50 million a year, but it's going to be a longer-term deal. You're going to get paid $300, maybe even $400 million. Whatever it is, we're going to give you more money over more years. You'll be set. You'll never have to think of free agency again. That's what people kind of thought it was Blue Jays, Dodgers jump in, but clearly this was just Dodgers. What's your best offer? Can you do it? And it sucks. It sucks that the Dodgers did it again. This is one of the few times I think it's fair to say I don't know who else could have given this contract, and I think this is going to unfortunately spark even more salary cap talk, even more pressure for a lockout next year, and that's high-key the worst part about all of this. I mean, the worst part is that Kyle Tucker went to the best team in baseball, the team that won the World Series. They got even better. And the two teams that are directly competing with them missed out. Like, that part sucks, and the Mets being my favorite team, that hurts the most. But yeah, what this does for the vibes of baseball is crazy. What this does for the outlook of baseball is crazy. I'm not one to ever call for a lockout. I'm not one to call for a salary cap. It would be crazy. I got arguably the richest owner in baseball, single owner, Dodgers. Guggenheim clearly has different money. But at the same time, like, I don't think a salary cap is going to make the league better. I think the league is good. I don't think that there's a problem in baseball right now. Is there crazy spending currently going on by the Los Angeles Dodgers? Yes. You signed Shohei Ohtani. You got Freddie Freeman. You got Mookie Betts. You got Kyle Tucker. But then also you also got Yoshinobu Yamamoto. You got there's a lot of players. Blake Snell they signed. This team's crazy. But then you do look at some of the good contracts that they got. Like, Will Smith is incredibly free. The guy's cheap. He's making like $10 million a year. The contract's ridiculously good. They have good prospect development. They're going to go out and make trades and make this team even better. Like, this, if there's ever a world, I mean, obviously money helps all these things, but like, how to build an organization, the Dodgers did. Have money, bring in the good players, have the prospects to be able to then trade those prospects and bring in good players. It is the most desirable place to play baseball. They got Edwin Diaz this offseason. They needed a closer. Edwin Diaz wants a ring. Kyle Tucker wants another ring, wants to get paid. He's going to get both of those with the Los Angeles Dodgers. This is crazy. I mean, the Dodgers are clearly the best team in baseball. This lineup's crazy. This lineup's nuts. I'm going to pull up FanGraphs so we can look at it. I hope they've updated it. Usually, the guy, John, I think it's Becker, right? John Becker, that feels right. I'm sorry. I with the Mets, there was a Kyle Becker that I think I worked with, or maybe I'm mixing them up. Whatever. I'm sorry, but you're so quick. Yeah, he updated. I mean, look at this lineup. He's hitting fourth, apparently. Ohtani, Betts, Freeman, Kyle Tucker, Will Smith, who, by the way, had a 400 on-base percentage and I think like a 900 OPS last year. Max Muncy's hitting 6th. Teoscar Hernandez is hitting 7th. And they've got a loaded farm system with so much good talent. Like, second base, Tommy Edman and Andy Paz. You just get good defense at that position. You're feeling pretty good about this team. And the pitching's unbelievable. This team's crazy. And again, Kyle Tucker, $60 million is absolutely insane. It's nuts. It's more money than I ever expected him to make per year. He is the highest paid player in baseball in terms of AAV before we know about deferrals. And people will tell you, oh, last year wasn't that great with the Cubs. It wasn't very good. He had that hand injury, clearly played a part in how he played down the stretch. Still, bad year for Kyle Tucker. 143 OPS plus OPS at 841, near 400 on base with 20 homers, 20 stolen bases, 20 doubles, and nearly 80 RBIs. Again, in what was a down year, and we know why, due to injury in a new ballpark, Cubs were weird. The year before, 78 games, injury again. That was also weird with how the Astros were handling it. And in that 78-game stretch, he was on an MVP pace, guys. 23 homers, 13 doubles, 49 RBIs, 11 stolen bases. So over a full season, you were looking at what? 40, 100 RBIs, 20-something stolen bases, and an OPS approaching 900, or 1,000 with an on-base over 400, slug approaching 6. Like, that would have been an MVP caliber season. Aaron Judge would have still won it, but it would have been an MVP caliber season. This is a good ball player. Ever since he really took over every single day with the Astros in 2021, he's been a 5-win player. That's kind of his floor. 5-win player. He's worth it. He's a 40, maybe even $50 million a year player. Again, I wouldn't have cared because it's not my money, and that's kind of how I look at these things. Is $60 million a year a lot? Absolutely. It's insane. It's absolutely nuts. And I kind of hate that Kyle Tucker wanted to go to the Dodgers, but also, man, I'm so jealous of the Dodgers and their fan base and everything, because this is like one of those times where I can't even rationalize it as a fan. It's never happened in my lifetime. I'm a Mets, a Commanders, a Knicks, and then if I'm picking hockey, I'm a New York Rangers fan. Those 4 teams have never even come particularly close to winning in my lifetime. I know the Mets made the World Series. Teams have made the finals, but they haven't won anything in my entire lifetime, 30 years. Dodgers fans just get given this gift after gift after gift. Kyle Tucker, Dodgers. Oh, this sucks. I hate it. And I don't hate it because don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what people like to say. I don't hate the player. I hate the game. I hate that the Dodgers could do this, but I also don't want it to change. I don't necessarily think salary cap fixes baseball. I don't think it incentivizes the lower teams to spend. Like, how do you get the Marlins to spend? How do you get the Pirates to spend? I know Pirates made moves, bad choice, but like, how do you get those teams to spend? It's not a salary cap. It just stops the players from getting the max money that they can. In a salary cap year, Kyle Tucker doesn't even get the 4 for 200. I think players should be able to make as much money as a team wants to pay them, and with a salary cap, you are limiting that. So that's not what the point of this conversation is. Kyle Tucker is a Los Angeles Dodger. I'd love to know what you guys are thinking down in the comment section below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you losing your mind? This video is going up late by the time you see this. Really do appreciate any of you that are watching late at night, early in the morning, whatever it is. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in case you enjoy the content. I mean, you should enjoy the content. In case you don't, I don't know. I can't force you to do it, but I would love to see you subscribe. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to edit this video now, and that's also the end of it, so you're done, so I don't need to tell you that I'm editing it. And I'm going to go watch Traders, because Traders just dropped new episodes, and I want to watch that in the last couple hours of my birthday. I'll catch you guys whenever I upload again. It's probably going to be like a day or two, because, again, celebrating being 30. I'm old. Until then, I'll see you guys. Peace out.